All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the faithful elect of Yasha Allah. Shalom wa barakim aman b'chiyar Yasha Allah. This your brother Shariat the Nawasah. Coming back with some quick edification, pretty much admonishment, and possibly some, exhortation for some of you. But this lesson is only out to you so-called Negroes and you so-called Latinos and you so-called Native American Indians, because you are actually the people of the Bible. You are actually the children of God. You're the people of the book. Yes, this is why everybody hates you, because you have been cursed, and you're actually the biblical Israelites. So without any further ado, by the Spirit, this article just got going into some more health. This is pretty much it's self-explanatory. Pork processing plant in Missouri confirms 373 coronavirus cases. So I'm gonna read it one more time. Pork processing plant in Missouri confirms 373 coronavirus cases. A new outbreak confirms the risk workers at meat processing plants face during the COVID-19 pandemic. All right, you got a new breaking news article. But anyway, it's spiritual, man, because it's 300. That's 3, 7, and 3. So that's completion. Completely. It's ridiculous. It says changing America. And that's spiritual right there, because we just had the pink moon, which represents rebirth, and then you have two different colors, and then this is like the thing that Esau likes to play with the colors, because the colors basically he's a master at witchcraft, man, and he understands things on the left hand side that go right over you people's heads, but not men of the Lord. But anyway, it says shared destiny, shared responsibility. So that's pretty much red and blue, two opposing forces, two opposing sides, two opposing colors. And this is pretty much a good representation spiritually by like Jacob and Esau, and ultimately the change that's about to come. The change of America is the change of powers, But I don't want to get too much into other things, but also that those colors too represent what's spoken about in Revelation. The lamb having two horns. But anyway, well-being, prevention, and cure. So this lesson is going to be titled "Don't Even Touch It." You was never supposed to touch it. And this is an article by Alexandria Kelly. And that's that abomination right there. That is not food. All right. So the Lord, he has had this pork. It's been marked as a viral spreading meat. It's no good, man. It's no good. All the way around, it's no good. 373. Come on, man. A pork processing plant in Missouri has confirmed 373 coronavirus cases among its employees. So the people that handle the meat have contracted the coronavirus, the so-called coronavirus, man. It says among its employees, underscoring the threat meat plant processing plants pose to their staff during the coronavirus pandemic. And it's a real thing, because the plant I was just the plant I deal with is essential. So lo and behold, people there were catching it, but It's all of the Father. The scriptures tell you the issue of death, the issues of death belong to the Lord. They're from the Lord. So the Lord give you your issue, man. And pretty much the scriptures tell you like nothing is ordained without the Father. Like a bird can't even fall out the sky unless the Father ordains it. That's how powerful it is. But anyway, uh, toward the end of April, the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services (DHSS) partnered with the city of St. Joseph. We're the saints. This is why this is all. It's basically like a big dream. Some of us have not awakened from. It says health department, and you're starring in it. Northwest Health Services and Mosaic Life's Care, which is so crazy because the Mosaic goes into Moses, and when you go into the books of Moses, it tell you how you're not even supposed to be eating pork. So this is ridiculous. This is hypocritical. This is a sinful nation, man. It says Mosaic Life Care to offer. Let me read this again. Toward the end of April, the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services (DHSS) partnered with the City of St. Joseph Health Department, Northwest Health Services, and Mosaic Life Care to offer COVID-19 testing to employees at the Triumph Foods plant in St. Joseph. So I tell you right here, these churches is not right. These people have no understanding of what it means, what Mosaic means, which goes into Moses, which is the first 5 books of the Bible, which is known as the Torah, the Torah, which means law. And in his law, we're going to get the scripture. By April 30th, at least 1,500 employees at the meat processing plant were tested. So your meat is not only defiled, but now it's been plagued with the coronavirus. For you pork lovers out there, In an updated press release from the DHS, more than 2,300 employees were tested by May 1st. Now, pretty much, this plan is completely filthy. It's and it's a pork plant, man. Remember that this is a pork processing plant, so it really doesn't. It's dealing with pork. That's it. So everybody that works there has been tested, and 373, as far as what they report, have been diagnosed, man. So what should I tell you about the meat? But we're gonna tell you about the meat, which is actually supposed to be the prevention and cure, like it says right here, well-being, prevention, and cures. We're gonna actually deal with the Mosaic teachings. All right. So it's the same article, just given a different look. Leviticus in the 11th chapter. And it reads, "And the Lord spake unto Moses," which is where you get the word Mosaic, "and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You're the children of Israel, man. Saying, no one else, right? He said, say this to the children of Israel, nobody else, because I deal with you." Let's get that real quick. Because you can't stress this enough, because these demons are on the planet trying to take a hold to the Lord's covenant, act like they're the witnesses, and they're not, to the point they came up with a false god, a false deity, Jehovah. That person doesn't exist. The entity that name is really, that name is not even attended to the true entity, because Jehovah name, the representation of Jehovah is allowing Mosaic places to places that's with coronavirus testing and folly to use words and terms dealing with the law, dealing that actually reference or refer or allude to the laws of the Bible, hence being the word Mosaic. So Jehovah is truly not the power. It's not even tending to the actual power, right? It's a whole nother made up God. Because Yahweh, the true power, the creator of heaven and earth, in the name of Yahweh Shai, he's not for any of this. Which is how this video is being put, this lesson, this edification is coming out, But Amos 3 and 1. Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, right? Possessors, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known, right? Yahweh, not Jehovah, right? And you being only Israelites of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. So, pretty much, and that's another good scripture too. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Like, if you're Mosaic, the Help Center, and all of this, in St. Joseph City, those titles refer to teachings that don't agree with like testing and dealing with pork. Period. Why? Let's prove it. The Mosaic law doesn't anything with the word Mosaic in it. It has no ties. It has no. I think the word I'm looking for is permeance. Is no permit, right, to even touch a pig, and let's prove it. Leviticus 11 and 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parted the hoof and its cloven foot. So imagine a hockey puck and split it right down the middle, right? And throw that on the bottom of like a buffalo, on the bottom of a cow, on the bottom of a lamb. Those are cloven foot animals, right? And chew it the cud, meaning it breaks its food down properly. It properly digests its food, and it eats of the grass among the beasts that ye shall eat. Salakia. Yeah, that ye shall eat. So whatever, one more time, whatsoever parted the hoof and cloven footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that ye shall eat. So among all the beasts that you can think of, whoever has a cloven foot, but it has to be parted. So it has to be a split in it as well, and the animal has to chew at the cud. It brings up its food, it chews its food down, swallows it, brings it back up, breaks it back down, because it gets all the nutrients because when you're properly chewing, you're getting all your nutrients. That's another thing with chewing your food all the way down and breaking it down properly, and it eats of the grass. But anyway, that ye shall eat. So whichever animals do that, you supposed to eat. If that animal don't fit all three of these, which is completion once again, hoof, cloven footed, chewed the cud, that's 3. All 3. If it ain't that, you finish. That you not even deal with that animal. It says that beast, right? Nevertheless, and this is not pertaining to the creatures under the sea. They have it's a different method of criteria for them, right? The creations of the sea, right? Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he chews the cud, and I believe the camel also has a split hoof, right? A parted hoof. That's another word for divide, right? It says as the camel, but this is the thing with the camel. As the camel, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, so it doesn't have a parted hoof. He is unclean to you. So as soon as he's missing one, he's finished, right? He can even properly only eat grass, but if he don't have a cloven foot, it's over with him. It says, and the Lord know why, you know. But you people want to keep questioning the Bible, and now look, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you pork lovers, man. You so-called Latinos, you go get the whole pig, and you bring it to your fiestas. You know, I grew up with you, so I know. You know what I'm saying? I know, no. Like you go get the whole pig, and you party like you got something to be celebrating. You damn slaves. You know what I'm saying? And you eat every part of that pig. You so-called Negroes, you got moms and pop corner stores, and you know, little Negroes, Latinos, also called Native American Indians, running up and down, and girls and boys, adults, etc., men and women, whole families, and you got a damn jar with a pig foot cut in half, floating in some pink water. You know what I'm saying? A damn pig hand. You know what I'm saying? Pig feet, pickled pig feet, you know, hog maw, you know, and the same thing too for you Native American Indians, you know, hog maw, you know. My grandmother's so-called Native American Indian, man. All right. Now, anyway, it says, you eat chitlins, you know, pig intestines. But let's get to that, because this is this article dealing with the pork. Now let's just jump to it. And the swine, verse 7. See, that's spiritual. Verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, so the pig has a cloven foot, and it's parted. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. So they don't even break their food down. That's why he said you eating like a pig. You know what I'm saying? They just completely, and they eat anything. All right? It's a big, basically a pig is like a thing. It's the thing when you like next to your sink, what you could cut it on. It's like it basically breaks the food down that's in the sink. I forget what it's called, but you should know what I'm talking about. Verse 8, of their flesh ye shall not eat. So he said, don't even eat swine, so-called pig, pork, right? But you got the Mosaic Health Center, you know, being goddamn, that's deception. They title it that, but they're dealing with coronavirus patients who tend to feed and pork to people. That's ridiculous, man. You know, it's asinine. It says, of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcass ye shall not touch. See? Of their flesh ye shall not, slakia, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. So don't even touch it, children of Israel. You was never even supposed to touch it, man. You know? Does the Lord change? Let's find out. It's been a minute since I grabbed this one. Let's see, Malachi. Three and 1. Salakia. 3 and 6. For I am the Lord, for I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. One more time, Malachi 3 and 6. For I am the Lord, for I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. You know? Let me get this. Even from the days of your fathers, ye are gone away from mine ordinances, and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, saith Yahweh, saith the Lord, saith Yahweh of hosts. But ye said, wherein shall we return? Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. Because you're not even supposed to be able to walk on this earth right now and get away with it being an Israelite, touching pork, eating pork. So you're basically robbing God because He gave you an Israelite body, Israelite spirit, you know, and so you're stealing. You getting over, you know. You really Jake, man. It says, but ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? And tithes and earth and offerings. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Right? I'm gonna get this. Bring ye all types into the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house. Right? It was spiritual. You know, the Lord, they don't bring no pork in the Lord's house, man. It says, and prove me herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, saith Yahweh of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be enough room to receive it. So the Lord can bless us such on high to where you can't even receive all of it. You know what I'm saying? But we, like He said in verse 9, ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. So you was never even supposed to touch it, man. You was never even supposed to touch it. But yet never supposed to touch this pig, man. Well-being, prevention and cures, pork processing plant. Was never even supposed to touch it. And I guarantee it's you that work at these plants. Processing pork and eating it. Now look, you catch the coronavirus and you done further contaminated something that was already contaminated. That was the prevention, to not even touch it or deal with it. You know? So the Lord, He has a sense of humor, man. And he's really trying to prove a point. You know? He really trying to prove a point, man. You can't make this up. You know? So you can keep loving your pork all you want. Like He said, you're cursed. But if you return to Him, He return to you, man. Because He could have just had everybody there get infected. But He's trying to show you something. You was never this animal was never even supposed to be touched by the chosen people of God for a reason. Let alone ate. But let alone touch. Don't even touch it. So if you can't even touch it, it's impossible for you to eat it. See how hard-headed we are as a nation? You know? So yeah, man, I ain't gonna keep this going. That's pretty much it, man. Stay away from you. You come blessed. But anyway, we give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Akodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well of Yasha Allah. Peace and blessings to the faithful elect of Yasha Allah. All right? So you was never supposed to touch it, man. So from now on, don't even touch pork. That's spiritual, man. Is this, you know, you got the 6 feet, 6 foot distancing, the social distancing, quarantining, staying away from each other. You're supposed to stay away from pork. See, the Lord, He has a sense of humor, man. And you know, that's the prevention, is to not even touch it. Now that whole plant has been infected, because it always was, and now all those handlers, which are I guarantee a large portion are Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos are Jakes, which is our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You're the ones who probably are infected, right? You know, so now as I say about your meat, so you people should be on watch, looking for the meat. This is also a watch warning, man. You that buy meat, especially will buy this pork, hey, man. 1,500 employees were just tested. You know, 370 contracted the coronavirus. You think it's a chance? Some of the meat, some of the pork sirloins, if that's you know applicable to that pork chunks, pork ribeye, pork pulled pork, chops, pork tenders. You think some of that, was able to escape? You think everything, all of those different chops are possibly not of this batch during this run when these workers were working on this and encasing it, right? Sending it to your Walmart, your Walgreens, your Walmarts, your dang hell, your Whole Foods, your Food for Lesses, your Krogers, your Sam's Clubs, and etc. Wherever you shop at, this could be in your refrigerator right now. So the Lord said, don't even touch it. That's prevention. So Shalom Rabbi Rakim Ha'amah Bachiyar Yashala.